in the National Football League. You get a look there at GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Coming up, we got a good matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Indianapolis Colts taking on the defending Super Bowl champions, the Kansas City Chiefs. Here's Michael Badgley now to get this one started. And we are underway from Kansas City. A little juke. Able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Time to see what Patrick Mahomes can do here with his first possession. The quarterback out of Texas Tech getting set to lead this KC Chiefs offense.
And, of course, number one, trying to win the game today. But for him, it's always about Super Bowls, trying to get back to his fourth consecutive one. Fell short of the NFL's first ever three-peat in the Super Bowl last year. He wants to avenge that loss at the end of this season.
They go play fake. Mahomes. This one complete. It's Rashee Rice. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. An early statement on the game's first play. 18 yards and a first down.
Time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
And they'll take this from one 47-yard line to the other, a gain of 6.
The coach is always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Now Mahomes. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And they'll get him to the ground, and he has another first down at the Colts 36. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. And again, it's Mahomes. Caught by Rice. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Short completion, just 4 yards. And it's second down. But yet another completion here on this opening drive, and he's now perfect 4 of 4 to start. Pretty solid execution here.
And how about how everyone's handled their nerves? Because you know what it's like to start a ball game. You're so amped up and ready to go, but sometimes the execution isn't there. They've been flawless so far. Well drilled, well prepared, and excited to start this game. What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10. Now here's Mahomes. That's in the hands of Worthy once again. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for second down.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Headed straight, it's Pacheco. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs are on the board first here this afternoon. But finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. kick is good to make it 7-0 KC. So this drive spans 7 plays. And in the end, it's capped off by a 7-yard run. Now after the touchdown, here's Bucker on to kick it away. Nifty move. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And trotting out there, no introduction needed for this guy around the league. Now in his 7th season as a QB.
And he gets a clean slate and a competition in his new spot in Indianapolis. Obviously trying to eliminate some bad habits he picked up in New York. But after a brief pit stop in Minnesota, this gives him a chance to continue the trend of veteran quarterbacks who have a chance to excel with a fresh start and a new team.
He's taken in by Downs. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it'll be second down.
Brendan, to me, what's important right now in this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Here now, 2nd and 4. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
A gain of 10 yards.
That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Now Jones. A short one there, caught by Warren. Just a gain of a couple there. And that'll bring up second down.
Oh, it's time to give more credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route. And he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Running straight ahead, Taylor. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 16 yards to pick up there. The Colts have a first down.
First down.
2 carries for him now on the opening drive, both for good yardage.
And based on film study, they thought that there was a chance to spring him more than once for some pretty good yardage in this game.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. Even with the good footwork, he'll be stopped just inside the 35. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one because when you run him on short gains, the risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Throwing, Jones. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Before it crosses over out of bounds. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback, and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a first down.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Quarterbacking one-on-one. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Back to throw. Jones.
tackle the smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
For the field goal. A 37-yard attempt.
Badgley's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
After the made field goal, Badgley back out there for the kickoff. They juked him. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the ball.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
4 yards.
I see you nodding your head along with me, partner, because it's pretty obvious what they were trying to do there on the drag route. With his speed, they're hoping he can turn the corner and maybe take this to the house. But that was excellent work defensively to make sure once he caught it, he wasn't going anywhere.
Pacheco gets it up the gut. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with third down coming up.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Mahomes take now loose football. Ball comes out, and the Colts pick it up. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. On those sneaks, Charles, so many arms, bodies in there. Tough to protect it. You see it there.
And you and I both know that behind closed doors, coaches just call that careless. You know you're going into a mass of bodies and they're going to be reaching for the football, and you're taught just to get low, protect the ball, and just drive forward and get what little yardage you need. In this case, let the ball get away from his body. It got knocked free.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jones. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
14 yards. That's good for the Colts. 1st down.
I can't be sure how much of that was planned pre-snap, but it certainly opens up some avenues for their offense. And if he can stay a threat to break off those kind of runs, it'll pull defenders away from coverage and open up some choice throwing lanes for him moving forward.
Takes this in for the Colts touchdown. And even 20 yards for Jonathan Taylor. And the Colts have taken the lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Michael Badgley on for the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7.
Makes the score Colts 10.
So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. Touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. Charles, you got to think the #1 goal here is ball security. Remember, last drive they coughed it up, then they allowed the touchdown, and now they're trailing on the scoreboard.
Boy, the way you described it makes me think that one actually hurt them 3 times. The fumble cost them potential points. Then they watched their opponent get a touchdown off of the fumble. And third, they lost the lead as a result. Really tough sequence right there. I don't think coaches have to remind them to hold on to the football. They just got to find a way to get it done.
A gain of 5, and that'll make it second down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Now 2nd and 5. Here's Pacheco on the read option. And heavy tackle. About the 35. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. Mahomes now on the sneak. And he will have a Chiefs first down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
And the Kansas City Chiefs. First down.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the first down.
As we say often, it shows confidence in your offensive line. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be second down.
I know it was a game, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
Got him in. It's Brown. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Mahomes takes it himself, and he will have the Chiefs first down, at least at first glance, as they spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
To throw, it's Mahomes. That one caught by Rice. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's a 2nd down and 9. From midfield, here's Mahomes. He finds his man, complete. It's Rice. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area. And after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. Mahomes now to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Brown. And he will have the Chiefs first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
That's another Kansas City Chiefs.
Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. Second quarter from Arrowhead, it's the Chiefs in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. A give right side for Pacheco. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Tackle made by Zaire Franklin.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Now a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Rice. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Throwing now is Mahomes. And it's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
He came through well with a nice pass breakup there. Fortunate that he was on the spot. He's the only guy left to prevent the first down.
The line of scrimmage once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Here's Mahomes to throw. And he's got it. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well? I would. Of course, got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
Only a yard on the sneak, not enough. And he's a few inches short for 4th down. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown.
And that's caught. It's Kelsey. Touchdown, Kansas City. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Chiefs take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal. Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead is now 14-10. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Indy set to go on offense once more. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
And he can't quite bring it in. Might have heard footsteps there across the middle. Second down. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
And the Chiefs showing a dime look as they defend this 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Jones. Short one there, caught by Warren. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
First down.
That's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Fights off the defender, and taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 63 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, sometimes the thing is beauty.
So 8 yards on the completion there. And they'll be left with 2nd and a couple.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
A first carry for Amir Abdullah. And they eventually get to him at the 17 after a pickup of 17 into the red zone. First down.
That's another Colts first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how he get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Well, that's what he can do when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Colts are once again back in front. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the 2nd time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
Here's Badgley now to try to add the PAT. It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. touchdown. Badgley out there to kick it away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense and Patrick Mahomes headed back onto the field. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football.
Y'all got to pump my taste. Y'all can't talk about basic.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
Partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
They run it with Pacheco from the gun. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 7 yards there and a first down.
That's good for a Kansas City Chiefs. First down.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Mahomes going to throw. He'll drop this off to Pacheco. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that'll bring up a second down in just a couple.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job at bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
The Chiefs on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Over the front of the open man. That's complete. And they'll get him to the ground. And he has another first down at the Colts 38-yard line. A nice pickup of 17 yards.
Kansas City Chiefs. First down. First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco. And the short game down to about the 33.
Brandon, you're a big lover of music. How about what you just saw? This is what I call playing the piano for a defensive line, with the ability to move laterally up and down the line of scrimmage. How about the way he just flowed and got to the outside part of the field and made that play?
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And it's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there, that brings up 4th. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Biker's kick here is good, and that will tie things at 17 all. That was perfect. From distance, he steps up, knocks it right down Main Street.
And Main Street's celebrating right now with him, aren't they? I love the mechanics of the whole thing. Snap, hold, everything was right on target, and the blocking was perfect. and he executed so well.
Harrison. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Colts offense and running back Jonathan Taylor heading back onto the field. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him and your offensive line. He's had big hole after big hole to run through in this first half. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. And the last time on, they can repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
From the 35 on second down, Jones. That complete to Downs. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
That's good for the Colts. First down. A gain of 3 on the play. First down, Colts.
Looking to throw. Jones. A short one there, caught by Lloyd. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
The second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
Well, how about the big guy there showing some agility? He just flowed from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Back to throw. Jones. He's got his man. It's Pierce. Pitch and catch there good for 13. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
Jones will sneak it. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Jerry Tillery running in there and setting him down. And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you got someone to tackle him.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Another try after the first down sack. Jones calling a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL than just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there, couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
They'll get this one to Pittman. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside. Here's Michael Badgley ready for the field goal try. Made his first, this now from 42 yards out. Badgley able to punch this one through. And with that, they take the lead here, 20-17. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
After the made field goal, Badgley back out there for the kickoff. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Chiefs going to go back on offense here late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to go, they may try and work their way into field goal range and try to tie up this ball game.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And then taken down at the 31-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
In need of only about the length of the football here on second down.
Back to throw here.
And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches.
They'll try for the first with Pacheco.
Well, he's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
On 4th down, Matt Ariza sent on to punt.
He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. Taken in at the 22.
A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return.
And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
Here comes Jonathan Taylor and his teammates.
And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. Jones now throwing to start the drive.
The toss here completed to Pittman.
Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
The 47-yard line.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches.
Looking to throw. Jones.
Quick slant caught by Pierce.
That'll get them the first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. Nifty running there, but it'll come on what should be the final play of half number one.
36-yard line.
So halftime straight ahead. It is time to join our good friend Scott Hanson. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Scott Hanson with you from the EA Studios in Orlando. It's been a heck of a game so far. Just a field goal separating these two squads. You have to imagine both sides are trying to figure out how to clean things up, put some touchdowns up in the second half. Let's find out what goes on in the third quarter. Back out to the stadium and our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. And able to get this out to the 25. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3.
And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in the second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be license to take some shots downfield.
They'll let him too much that time. It's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Back to throw. Jones. He'll let one go deep for downs. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball. But he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space. Couldn't uncover at the end of the route. And that one winds up incomplete.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
They'll set up the screen to Taylor.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively. And the key to any screen play is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And they tackle him for just a short gain.
As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away.
It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at about the 32.
Here's Pacheco to begin the drive.
Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Running lanes run a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37. Here's Pacheco once again.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Now Mahomes. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a 1st down. So pass interference the call, and that does not look to be going over too well on the defensive side.
Or on their sideline, because I believe their head coach is saying right now, hey, you've got to call that both ways.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. They'll set up the screen to Pacheco. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that will bring up 2nd down.
And good yardage there on 1st down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
2nd down and 4.
Mahomes gets it out quickly, and it's complete all right. And he's got this down to the 35. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a 1st down. That time on the run-pass option, when he decided to throw it, not a quick little drop-off. He went downfield a bit.
Reminiscent of a triple-option quarterback in college, because he faked it inside, and instead of immediately throwing it out to the perimeter, stepped back in the pocket to find a target downfield.
Now here's Mahomes. Short throw hauled in by Kelsey. Just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it's 2nd down.
The strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Now it's Mahomes again. And this pass caught by Gray. And they'll get him to the ground, and he has another 1st down at the Colts 21. A nice pick up there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
They'll look to throw again. Mahomes will do it himself. And he'll get it down this time to 17. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. Well, that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
Play action supposed to be used to slow down pressure, slow down blitzes. In this case, though, if it takes a little too long to develop, you have people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. Could have been a fumble. And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. To throw, it's Mahomes. Out route, and it's complete to Brown. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12.
Now that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the 1st down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the 1st down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
There's logic in the air attack that's gotten them down here, but now is where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on 1st and goal.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Looking to throw is Mahomes. He'll check this one down to Pacheco. And he is going to lose yardage here. So the up losing 5 yards on the play, and that will lead to a 3rd and goal.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack, but that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. The Colts D sticking to their assignments, and that brings up 4th.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Butker's kick here is good, and that's going to tie things at 20. So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get through.
It's like you're going negative.
I was.
Sounds like you're thinking the 3 is just not that good.
People say that we're negative sometimes. So.
Well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Looking to put a drive together. Throwing Jones. Over the middle, it's complete. Will go down as a gain of 6. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 34-yard line.
Now Jones. Now he's going to step up and run. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a 1st down.
Well, this has certainly turned into a showcase game for what he can do on the ground because they're just continuing to give him chances to run it, and he's earning every additional carry by putting up positive yardage on each run.
1st and 10, Taylor now. He's able to force his way through one man, but he can muster only about a yard on the play. 2nd down.
Well, give him credit for trying, but there's no fooling the defense with that call. They were reading run, and they set up to stop the run, and then executed.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 9.
Operating from the gun, Jones.
Down the field, he's got one.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 35 before going out.
That's a nice zone breaker right there. Take the tight end, move him out to the slot, then have him run a corner route versus the zone coverage, which means he's going to be behind the shallow coverage and ahead of the deep coverage. Put the ball right on him.
They give to Taylor out of the gun. And he's got it to about the 40.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he's trying to throw it through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
They'll come up 2nd and 7. They'll run the toss here with Taylor.
And again behind the line, so that short gain on 1st down quickly negated. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
Here's Jones from the gun on 3rd down.
And that is too far out in front. He couldn't haul it in. Incomplete.
Now you put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender. But you also have to give your own guy a chance, too.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll kick it away for the second time. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. The Chiefs offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him. And he'll look to keep it rolling right here. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Timing was just a bit off, and that can happen occasionally, even with these fine professionals in the NFL.
But on those out routes, that requires precision, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. Everyone has to be in sync from the time the quarterback hits his back foot and delivers the ball to the receiver turning to find it.
In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. Here's Mahomes to throw. In trouble here, down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Grover Stewart getting in there for the sack. 3rd and long, you knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That 5th defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
Here's the Chiefs punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now a fair catch called for and made right on the 45-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Now Jonathan Taylor and the Colts offense retakes center stage. He is hoping to find the end zone for a 3rd time, and we sit now in the 3rd quarter.
And nothing would excite him more, but I think even more so, his offensive line. Anytime you've got a guy scoring that many times, that means you've done a really nice job in front of him.
You're always giving props to the big fellas up front.
It's always a good idea. Those are some massive men.
He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. This is caught inside the 15. A big play there for Indy. 43 yards.
That's good for a Colts. 1st down. A gain of 43 yards. 1st down, Indianapolis.
When you get into the second half of a tie ball game, you start realizing every play takes on a bigger significance, and this is pretty significant right here. This is where you start putting the pressure on that secondary, and that's a job well done there.
And he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Daniel Jones, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Colts have broken our tie as they take the lead.
Defensively by now, you know his ability. You know he has it in him to take off and run.
Yeah, because they knew coming into this game, but we've already seen examples in this contest that he can run the football.
I think they're going to examine different ways to rush him now. Are they going to do it with different lanes? Are they going to use a spy? But they have to come up with options because right now, he's hurting them.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. And now here comes Kansas City. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive. In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield, but he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Mahomes now to throw. That one caught by Rice. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
When you see zone defense and you know you got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Throwing now is Mahomes. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
This is part of why this guy's got multiple MVPs on the mantle. We're used to seeing him make the impossible throws, but here Mahomes knows he's got nothing, so he wisely just gets rid of it.
Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. They run once more with Taylor. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 87 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
We couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game. 1st and 10 here. Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
A 3rd quarter action from Kansas City, 2nd down and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones. Well, a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Intended for Josh Downs. Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 10.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. And that will be incomplete.
Intended for Josh Downs.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
16-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Mahomes going to throw. Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Zaire Franklin. And the Colts are going to get the football back as time will run out in this third quarter of play. Now in KC. It's the Colts. They've got control of the football. They also have the lead as we start the fourth. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. On the handoff, Taylor. Takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jonathan Taylor, a 12-yard touchdown run. And the Colts have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this fourth quarter. We talk so often about how hard it is to win in the NFL when you turn the ball over. And here a late turnover leads to a fourth quarter touchdown and a 2-score lead.
And what's more important is being able to take advantage when a turnover presents itself. You've got to come up with points to make the other guy pay. They're able to do so here, and they've got a pretty good chance now of winning this football game.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead now up to 14.
Chiefs 20.
Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone.
Damn, I miss you, Chester. Sending love from my bass compressor. Ground control with a soul like Bowie, and I'll chop you up if I'm under pressure. I don't really want to brag. I'm just telling you that I'm leaving with a bag. High five to the scarred in this range. From the outlaw that'll never get tamed. Biscuit beats from the pirate band. Sign this deal with a lobster hand. Freestyle like a bowling pin.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And they nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. The Chiefs ready to rock again on offense. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
2nd and 10.
From the gun, it's Mahomes.
That's into the hands of Worthy. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards.
That's good for a Kansas City Chiefs. First down.
All right, this is the time in the game where they're down a couple scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Working from the gun, Mahomes. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
As expected, he's gone to him several times in this game, but that's the first time one has slipped from his grasp. I'll bet he goes back to him, though. He's an excellent player.
Here's 2nd and 10. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Caught, Kelsey, left side. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Down to the 25. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
From the 25, here's second down and 8. They'll look to throw. Got him in, it's Brown. And they'll get this down to the 10. 7 catches for him now in this last one, a first down.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Now Mahomes. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Rashee Rice from 10 yards out. And the Chiefs have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now we sure realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Butker on for the PAT. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And the gadget play gets him into the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The Colts offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 111 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on it and then let him run.
He's got some space. The offense on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. And Jones is not going to have the first down as they stop him short. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
Considering they've seen him have some big gains against them throughout this game, that's got to feel like a measure of revenge as they trap him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And that will skip out of bounds right at about the 18-yard line. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. And it feels like the momentum has shifted. They scored, and their defense forces that last punt. And now a chance to tie the game on this possession. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 18. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to flip it out to the flat. It's complete. And they'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, force the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They got to go thank the guys on D.
And in straight, it's Pacheco. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuck that one by the line of scrimmage.
And he will have the Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good for the Kansas City Chiefs. First down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Over the middle here to Brown. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it'll be 2nd down.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be 3rd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And he will have the Chiefs first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
Now it's Mahomes again. He'll get this complete to Worthy. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They'll give him 4 yards there. And it's second down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. And a gain of 3 on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's third down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Arises on the punt here as he gets this one away. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Colts taking the field again. Running back Jonathan Taylor at center stage. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer in the end zone for a second home because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. Jones throwing to start the drive. And he almost gets this to the 30, taking down about a yard shy. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, fourth quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. On the counter, it's Taylor. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
From the 31, Jones. This taken in by Downs. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 16 yards to pick up there. The Colts have a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. They got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. 119 yards for him on the ground now, and 3 touchdowns to go along with it.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
No time to shoot. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
39-yard line.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
That's certainly a pretty good play call. They were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Back to throw. Jones. And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Got his man, it's Warren. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Tyler Warren, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Colts have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
On that 3rd down call, the goal was to get the ball to their tight end and pick up a 1st down, but he wasn't satisfied with just that. They got the 1st down. That was the gravy. He decided to take in the whole meal and rumbled in for a touchdown.
Badgley on for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. That time a 9-play drive. And the result for the Colts is a touchdown. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Here comes Mahomes and the Chiefs. Down by 2 touchdowns. 2:07 remaining. They'll have one play, maybe 2, before the 2-minute warning as they've got a 1st down. To throw, it's Mahomes. Throw left side, completion to Rice. And he'll wind up picking up about 4 as that is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. 2nd and 6 coming up. Now here's Mahomes. Out quickly here to Rudy. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Well, here's a big one. You can just feel it. This is 3rd down now. Mahomes. Look to the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have the Chiefs 1st down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Now, right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? You give them.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
Here comes second down at 5. One final try from Mahomes. He finds his man complete. It's Rice. A higher scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League, but fun to watch these offenses. They were really clicking. It seemed like everything that they dialed up worked.
Yeah, it certainly was fun to watch from our perspective. I'd like to be those defensive coaches, though. That wasn't a blast for them at all. And let's face it, they all game plan, they all scout, they all think they're prepared. But executing and stopping teams, that's another matter entirely.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. From Kansas City, so long, everybody.